Hey, we're here with Jim Herlihy from the U.S. Meat Export Federation, and Jim works in communications there at USMEF and has been talking about some of the implications of foreign animal disease in the United States and how that might impact our export markets. And I wonder if you could just tell us just a little bit first about the importance of export markets for U.S. beef, pork, and lamb, the products that the USMEF deals with, and then maybe a little bit about some of the implications if we did run into a foreign animal disease problem here in the States.
Certainly, John. We had an outstanding year for exports in 2011. We set records in all three species, beef, pork, and lamb. We exported roughly about $11.5 billion of those three products. So it was a huge success and a huge increase over what we had experienced previously. The challenge certainly is to maintain that, maintaining market access, and a foreign animal disease like FMD would certainly be a huge impediment to being able to maintain that access.
You talked in the presentation earlier a little bit about some of the different regions and within Asian markets and in China specifically for pork, but also some of the other markets for beef and pork as to some specific impacts, or how you expect some of those countries to potentially respond if we did have that problem.
Well, the suspicion is immediately virtually every market would close. We saw this back in late 2003 when we had BSE on the beef side, and the global market shut down almost immediately, and the work was then focused on regaining access. We were able to regain access more quickly in Canada and Mexico, and then other markets have come back more slowly. Some markets have not come back all the way. Most markets have not come back all the way. There's still age restrictions, Japan notably being cattle 20 months of age and under. Some markets like China are still not open to U.S. beef. So we estimate that since the Christmas cow of 2003, the industry has lost in excess of $13 billion in sales and opportunities. Estimates, and there are just some estimates that have come out recently regarding FMD, they are painting a pretty dire picture of losses of close to $13 billion per year. So that would be the impact of lost exports, related losses in terms of corn and soybean exports, which are huge through livestock, lost jobs. I mean, an outbreak of FMD in the U.S. would be pretty devastating financially.
So I guess really the key is to continue the kind of biosecurity standards that we have and the import standards and all, just to really keep that disease out of the country best we can.
Well, that's true. I mean, the key is certainly keeping it out, and if we were unfortunate enough to have it in this country, then working as quickly as we could to regain access. And that would be key, whether it's through regionalization, being able to contain it. There's different ways that would go about that. How would vaccines affect our ability to get back into those markets? How would individual countries react to the opportunity for regionalization? So as quickly as we can, we want to start regaining that value. Last year, the export value on the pork side was just north of $55 per head. On the beef side, it was $206 per head. That would go away pretty fast, and that product coming back into the domestic market, if it could be consumed, would affect our prices naturally. So as soon as we can start putting that product back into these markets, and a lot of these are cuts that we don't consume here in the U.S., that's money back in the producers' pockets.